So the first thing that I did is open up the data so that you can manipulate it and make it have just what you would like to put into your form. I think it's easier to just kind of get rid of those columns. I went ahead and deleted columns and just kept last name, first name. It does not matter that it's in a different order because you're going to be able to pull that in how you want. If like, there's something that you don't want, you can hide it. I don't think that you necessarily have to, but we can take a look at what that looks like when we get in there. So now I'm going to go into Microsoft Word and I can set this up ahead of time, or I can do this a little bit later in the steps. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and design kind of what you had. So I'm going to go ahead and build that out. Let me get frame. I'm just going to use a full page here. So that we can see how that works. And we're working within this image, and I know we're going to want to add that text in the image. So right now the cursor is behind there. So any text that I add through the mail merge or typing is going to go behind the picture, and that's not what you're looking for it to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab this image and add that text. Definitely want something that's a little bit more fun, so we're going to beef this up. And just quickly make your template. Also want to change this up to be at the top. Okay, so when I right click and I format my shape, I'm going to choose that I have no fill, and I do want my solid line on that. On my text options, I'm also going to pick that we have the no fill. So now I can try to get over here to and I want it to go up here into the top for my vertical alignment and get all of that centered up so I can make it the way that we want here. I'm just going to go with 24 there and just get that year put in. Like I've got like a wrong color text. Okay, so it looks like I had my text outline on no line, and I needed that option to be on a solid line. So I'm going to try that again and just get this set up really quickly to kind of mock up what you wanted to do. I know you already have yours built, and you can use that, what you already had. I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger. And let's see. You can kind of, obviously change it up however you wanted that to look. Okay, now I'm going to put this in here now, but you do not need to put this in here. We're actually going to end up taking this back out. And then I'm going to go back to, I think, to the other font and just build out that way. So bear with me just a second. Okay, now I decided I also want to have some text over here and have that teacher name perhaps. So, and again, you're going to be able to change any of this at any point. So if you want to play with this now, you can. If you want to play with it after the names are in there, you're actually going to have a little spot at the end to preview each student. So now I can tell right here, the cursor is behind my image again. So if I were to be adding a feature, it'd be behind there. So you just want to make sure that you're clicking in there. I'm actually going to insert another text box, and I'm just going to draw it right here. And I'm going to do no shape outline on there. But I'm going to leave that text box there so that we can add in the teacher name. For right now, I'm just going to type the word teacher just so that we have that placeholder as we're thinking about it. Okay, so once you have this, I'm sorry if you already had that, you can jump ahead. So we have the word mailing up here at the top. So we're going to mailings, start mail merge, and I'm going to use the wizard. Okay, you're just making a letter format, and we're going to start the document. Okay, so then we need to choose what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and use the current document. Again, it could be blank at this point, or you could have your image inside there that you're working, or the letter, however you're working with it. And now you're going to select your recipients. You have a list that you already worked on and you downloaded it into Microsoft Excel. So we're going to browse for that list. And I have it in my downloads. I'm going to go ahead and pull that open. This is the record that we have. And it's going to bring up right here in this little preview window, and you can make this larger if you need to. It's going to give you the option here. So this list right here has their grade, their primary. It's going to have all of this information. That doesn't matter because you can use it or not use it. Okay, you can click just specific students. You can click everyone. You can even filter if you just want a grade level, or you can come across and you can filter more specifically in the homeroom area there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead for this purpose and just leave everybody in. And I'm going to click, yep, they're all checked, and I'm going to click OK. So now it has pulled in. You can see right here what record you're pulling from. And now we are ready to write the letter. So we're going to go to next and write the letter. Okay. So now you have to choose what items you want to put in there. So I always just click here on more items. Actually, the first thing we're going to do is click where we want the item to be inserted. So like this 2023-24 is going to stay consistent right here where I have student name. That's where I want to put my first item. So I'm picking the first name. Luckily, we had those headers at the top. So I'm picking first name and I'm clicking insert. Now I can only do one at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and close it. I actually didn't need it to say student first name. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of student. And we had put the word name there. So I'm going to go ahead and do more. And I want their last name to be right there. Close it. And I don't need this. I don't want the word name there because it's going to put in the last name. I'm also going to add that teacher name down there. Again, I don't really want the word teacher. So this time I'm going to do it first. I'm going to get rid of the word teacher. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in primary homeroom. I'm going to click insert. Now the way it looks here is what it's going to pull in as. So if I want to change that, I can pick the font. I can make all of those changes in this section. I don't have to do that prior. Okay, so I can make sure that it looks how I want it to look in that section before or after. So once you have inserted each of the fields from the more, one at a time, remember we have to close after each one and then insert the next one, then you can preview your letter. And now it has brought in the first recipient and what it would look like. You can arrow through all of them just to kind of get a little peek at what they look like. If there's one on there that you're like, nope, I don't want one for this person, I can exclude that particular person. And then the next step is to complete the merge. I can just print without looking at them. I particularly don't care to do that. I always hit edit individual letters. You can just preview a few of them, or you can look at all of them. It's going to spin. We have a pretty big data pool. So as it's pulling in all that information, you can start to think about like some students have longer names and you might need to do some adjusting on size before you hit the final print. Okay, it didn't take that long, even with the entire school's data coming in. And then I can scroll down. It has put a new entry, a new image on each page for me. And I can see here like this, it didn't fit. So I can pull that over and get that teacher name in there if I would like. Okay, and then now you have the entire school all sorted however you want. You can now edit these individually if you want to go back and make those other changes. This has opened itself up as a new document. So I can close that out and I'm still back to my original template where it only has the one and it's connected to that data. Okay, so you can go back and do previous and you can change anything you want. You can go back and forth through and change it up as you go. So hopefully that helps and good luck. Let me know if you need anything.